My name is Kevin Muir. I am the Executive Director at Jester Educational Theater, and thank you for coming to see the Revolutionary Revue this evening. We're going to take this on tour to 8th grade schools in outer East Portland. We open on Wednesday morning, bright and early, 8:30 show at Sweetbriar School in Reynolds School District. So I have two jobs tonight. First is to welcome you as the executive director, and then to pretend to be the principal. I'll get to the principal part in just a second. Let's see, my carefully crafted 90-second elevator speech. Jester Educational Theater performs original musicals about math and social studies with live musical accompaniment for at-risk kids in high-needs Title I grade schools in outer East Portland. Thank you. Thank you. Now, as principal, our house manager, whoever that is going to be on Monday, or on Wednesday when we open, is going to put her hand firmly on the principal at 3 minutes before the show opens. 3 minutes before, and is going to say, "You're on now." And we'll push the principal onto the stage. And the principal will say, "Now, children, we have our standards for assembly behavior. We're going to do this, this, and this." And then the principal will say, "And now let's give a big round of applause to welcome Jester Educational Theater." And
hello, and welcome to our show on American history. I'm Uncle Sam. You might be asking yourself, is he really an uncle? The answer is yes. I'm America's uncle. For the next hour, we'll show you the story of how America became America, starting way back to the signing of the Declaration of Independence from this man, King George III. What are you doing? No, King Kong did not fight King George. I've told you this.
He's not even a real king, I bet.
Bad King Kong. Great. Now he's sad. Take him backstage and give him a lollipop.
Fine.
A few more announcements. Brush your teeth every day and vote when you're old enough. It's the American way. Come out here, everybody. Let's get started. Maestro.
What key are we in?
The Francis Scott key. What's that mean?
It means goodbye.
That is different.
America, all red, white, and blue, used to be claimed by the Spaniards too. The French explored around the land, and the Russians walked the west coast sand. Native people were the first residents.
America.
Hey, you! Yeah, you, I'm looking for gold and spice. Where can I find them? I'm a European explorer. I just found a new route to the Indies.
You're not in the Indies.
Oh, yeah, I am. You know, China, Japan, India, and here I am. That makes you an Indian.
I am not an Indian.
Oh, yes, you are. I can tell. I claim these lands for the crown and glory of Spain. My card. Good day. Long live the King and Queen of Spain!
Christopher Columbus. Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
In 1492, Spain sent Christopher Columbus to Asia by going west instead of east. He never made it to Asia. Instead, he crossed the Atlantic Ocean and ran right into the American continent. To his dying day, he believed he had reached the Indies in Asia.
Sailing to the Indies to get some fancy spice. He's sailing to the Indies like golden paradise. When he's loaded up the ship with gold and silver and spice, he'll take it back to Europe and they'll pay him a handsome price.
I am a very simple man. I only play one game. Convert the locals, make some dough, and find immortal fame. I get to be the governor of all the lands I see. The natives will applaud for me and get down on one knee. Or could it be my actions will disrupt 3 continents, a lasting legacy of European dominance? That's overstating it, I think.
Not a bit!
Har, 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 he loves the pirate life. I'm sailing to the Indies to get some fancy spice. I'm sailing to the Indies like golden paradise. When we're loaded up our ship with gold and silver and spice, I'll take it back to Europe and they'll pay us a handsome price.
I'm sailing to the Indies for blood, for glory and fame.
And that is how we became Indians. We're not. We are the Taino, Multnomah, Klamath, and thousands of others. Even these names were given to us by white people. If you want to know who we are, ask us.
After Christopher Columbus arrived in 1492, more and more European explorers came.
I claim this land for Spain, for France, for England, and
I claim that you have no claim. We have been here forever.
And then the settlers started coming. That means people from Europe sailed across the Atlantic Ocean to live in North America. In 1607, Jamestown was founded in the south, and in 1620, the Pilgrims arrived in Plymouth to the north. And now to help us better understand what life was like for the settlers' earliest and hardest days, it's time to play Settlers Feud, a fast-paced, exciting quiz show where 2 early settler teams compete for fabulous prizes.
Penobscot Bunbury, and this is my fabulous assistant, Susie Lovely.
Hi, I watch YouTube every night.
Tonight, it's Team Jamestown versus Team Plymouth. Susie, what fabulous prize will our contestants battle for?
I don't know, but I can't wait to find out.
Tonight's winners will be treated like royalty at the King George Motel for a week in beautiful downtown London, Indiana. Cash value $1,776.
Oh.
I knew it'd be good, just like last time.
Well, it's time to meet Team Plymouth. Welcome. John Howland, tell me, why did the Pilgrims come to America?
Religion. We wanted to be free to worship God in our own way and not be a part of the Church of England.
I see. And did you enjoy the boat ride over on the Mayflower?
Oh, no, sir. Mostly I just prayed and threw up.
My cat throws up on the carpet.
And now, let's meet Team Jamestown. You are the famous John Smith.
That's right. I'm the founder of Jamestown, the first American colony.
And tell me, did you also come to the Americas for religious freedom?
No, we came here to make money and make businesses.
Oh, well, make them you did. And you are John Rolfe.
Yes, I had this idea to grow tobacco. See, tobacco grew well at Jamestown and gave us something to sell back in England.
What a salesman you were. Well, it's great to have you all on the show. Let's get started. All right, first question. When did the Pilgrims first arrive in America?
Yesterday. 1620.
1620 is correct! Nearly 400 years ago. Next question. When did the first Jamestown settlers arrive?
1607.
1607 is correct! Next question. What was the name of John Rolfe's wife?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez is correct! Nope, that's not right.
You were talking about my wife, Pocahontas.
Pocahontas! I saw that movie. I love the song Colors of the Wind. Paint with all the colors of the wind.
Oh, thank you, Susie. All right, next question. Why is Justin Bieber such a boo-boo head?
Good question.
Wait a second. Sorry, wrong card, everyone. Wrong card. All right, now it's time for some true or false. The first settlers rented hotel rooms when they arrived in America.
False. There was nothing here when we arrived. We had to chop down trees and build our own houses.
That is correct! Next question. True or false? Pilgrim kids went to school and played PS4s.
False.
There was no television, no tablets, no TVs. Children didn't even go to school. They started working at age 5. It was a matter of survival.
Age 5? That's pretty young. And that is correct! Next question. When were slaves first introduced to the colonies?
1619.
1619 is correct! And thus began a terrible chapter in our nation's history. More on that soon. And now, it's time for our final question. Whose life was hardest? Jamestown or Plymouth?
Ours!
All right, that's a trick question. All of the settlers had a difficult time when they first arrived. Team Jamestown.
It was terrible. We nearly died of heat, bad water, and starvation.
And in Plymouth, our first winter, nearly half of us died.
And I have an ouchie on my finger. Ouch.
All right. Points for everyone! All right, Susie, tell us, who wins our match?
Team Plymouth, 304 to 67. I'm going to McDonald's this weekend. You can come if you want.
All right, congratulations, Team Plymouth! You win our fabulous trip to London!
Indiana!
All right, tune in next time for another exciting game of Sunday Feud!
Volunteers. I have 2 volunteers over here. One and maybe another. There you are.
Oh,
I'll have
wonderful,
you stand up here
wonderful.
right next to our principal.
I'm gonna put this lovely hat on your heads. Please welcome to the stage. What's your name?
Marilyn.
Marilyn and
Kara.
Kara, our revolutionary joke tellers, here to tickle your revolutionary funny bones. All right, if you'd like to begin.
What dance was popular in 1776?
I don't know. What dance was popular in 1776?
Independence. What kind of tea did the American colonists drink?
What?
Liver tea.
Oh, liberty! They drank liberty. That's so spectacular.
Where did General Washington put his armies?
Where did he put his armies?
He put his armies in his sleeves.
In his sleeves. All right.
What is Uncle Sam's favorite snack? Firecrackers.
Uncle Sam's favorite snack is firecrackers. All right, next.
What did the colonists wear to the Boston Tea Party?
What did the colonists wear to the Boston Tea Party?
T-shirts.
Oh, T-shirts. And our last joke, that was it. That was it for our jokes. All right, another great round of applause for our revolutionary joke tellers. Those jokes were truly revolutionary. All right, I'll take your hands for them. Thank you so much.
Jamestown was established in 1607. In 1619, the first group of about 50 Africans arrived as slaves. As an institution, slavery was undeveloped at first.
These first slaves were better off than later slaves, but still, from 1619 to 1865, America had slavery.
That's 246 years.
246 years of servitude, cruelty, and backbreaking labor.
The enslaved people would sing songs to express their pain and their humanity. And sometimes the songs would contain secret codes telling how to escape to freedom.
Escaping slaves would use rivers to throw off bounty hunters and their bloodhounds, and they would use the stars at night to guide them to the north. Here is a song about the river and the starry sky guiding you to freedom.
Go down to the river from wide of flow no more. Go down to the river Friar Stingers. I know you guys have all got that sweet Stinger spirit. We would love to thank Principal Marianello and your teacher, Miss Brandis, for bringing us here today. We also would love to thank our sponsors for their financial support at Jansen, Richard Stein, the Starseed Foundation, and the Weiss Foundation. I'd like to take a moment to thank and welcome our band, David on keyboard, Bryce on strings, and Deb filling in tonight on bass. And now, a special presentation from some other grade schoolers from another school right down the block.
Hi, my name's Pete Larrabee, and this here's my partner, Wild Bill and Jean.
We're from the Wild West, just over at Hall Elementary, hosting their show on the Oregon territory. Our friend Uncle Sam here asked if we'd guest host on this shindig. We said yes, so here we are. What exactly are we here, Pete?
We're supposed to introduce the presentation of the Salem Witch Trial.
Oh, I see. You mean out west in Salem, Oregon?
No,
No? Then why'd you say they were in Oregon?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said Salem.
Yes, I said that.
So there were trials in Salem, the capital of Oregon.
No, Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, Salem, Massachusetts. Which trials?
Yep, that's right.
That's what I'm asking. Which trials?
You got it. Salem, Massachusetts. Witch trials.
I don't know which trials. That's what I'm asking you. Which trials?
Now you're catching on. Witch trials in Salem, Massachusetts.
Dagnabbit, there you go again. I say which trials, and then you say which trials, and then I say which trials, and say, oh, now you're catching on. I ask you one more time. Which trials?
Yep, that's exactly correct. Witch trials.
Oh, this liver wire.
And that's just what the trials did for a bunch of unlucky folks in Salem, Massachusetts.
What? Say, you ain't talking about the Salem witch trials, are you?
Why, yes, I am.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Well, now that our spurs are jingling the same tune, we can continue and get on with this here show.
We take you back to the year 1692, about 70 years after the Pilgrims first arrived at Plymouth Rock.
For your edification, the Salem Witch Trials.
My name is Fanny. I am 11. I live in Salem. I live here in Salem, something more interesting.
My name is Fanny. I am 11. I live in Salem. Just found a talent for spotting witches. There is a witch. There is a witch. There is a witch. There is a witch. Strange thing about it, 6 other children act really crazy, but I act crazy, stealing my thunder. I find the witch now. They find the witches up in the rafters, down in the ditches, everywhere witches.
Why do you hurt these children?
Your Honor, they do no harm to me, and I do not hurt them at all.
Why have you done it?
I have done nothing.
It is common knowledge that children show their suffering in the presence of their tormentors. If you are not a witch, then why does the child behave so? Bring forth the child. All right, and now we have another volunteer that I would like to welcome to the stage. Do we have someone pre-selected? Wonderful. Come on up here. And what is your name, sir? Brad. Let's give a warm round of applause for Brad here. Thank you so much. You're a good sport. I promise I'll be nice to you. All right, now I need you to turn around for me here for a second. Mr. Tickle Bunny?
Yeah, Mr. Tickle Bunny. Tickle Bunny. Get it?
All right. Welcome, Mr. Tickle Bunny. Tell me, have you enjoyed our show so far, Mr. Tickle Bunny?
If I say yes, do I get hot Cheetos?
No.
Well, then forget about it. Say, I got a question for you.
Yeah?
Got any hot Cheetos?
Hot Cheetos? No, I don't have any hot Cheetos.
How about hot Takis?
No, I don't have any hot Takis.
I thought you said you were going to be nice to me.
Well, yes, I'm trying to be. All right. New question. Have you learned anything so far today?
You mean I'm supposed to learn something?
Well, yes. All right, who was the first American president?
King George III. King Kong.
No, America doesn't have presidents. That's the whole point.
Shows how much you know. Martin Luther King.
Well, Martin Luther King wasn't a king. He was a civil rights leader.
I think we could say he was the king of civil rights.
All right. Are you dissing Martin Luther King? No, King was his name. He wasn't actually... Forget it. All right, final question. Would you like to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, the national anthem?
Sure. Oh, say, can you... Now watch me whip, whip. Now watch me nay-nay. Oh, watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay-nay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tickle Bunny. Let's get this right off here. Hold that one to All right, let's get another round of applause for our wonderful volunteer project. Thank you so much.
The events that led to the revolution and the founding of our nation. From 1609 to 1776, nearly 160 years, the American colonies grew and developed their own cultures, and England mostly left the colonies alone.
We love the king, but we love him most when he's back in England.
Which is all the time.
France was also here in the Americas, and England and France wanted each other to get out.
I love being the ruler of the American colonies. It's jolly fun. I just wish I could get France out of the Americas. I'd have more land and to make more money.
And I wish that I could get the British out of the Americas. They're taking over. Hey, King of England, get out of the Americas now.
Not a chance, King Louis. I want you to get out of the Americas.
You get out.
No, you get out. But France, what do you want?
Oh! Get out! Or we will fight you and get the Indians on our side! They hate the British!
You to thy France, we shall still beat you!
And so began the French and
I won! I love winning!
Congratulations, Your Majesty, but now you have to pay for the war, and you don't have enough money.
Not enough money?
No.
What shall I do?
I suggest you tax the colonies, Your Majesty.
Tax the colonies. I like your thing. Tax them on what, do you suppose?
Anything, Your Majesty. You are the king, after all.
You're right. I am the king. I should tax the colonies like they've never been taxed before. Send out the tax collectors.
Send out the tax collectors.
Send out the tax collectors.
By proclamation of His Royal Majesty George III, by the grace of God, King of Great Britain, the colonies will pay taxes on sugar. The Sugar Act, 1764.
What? They can't do that, can they? We're gonna have to start smuggling sugar in. Let's just stop buying anything from England. A boycott. Good idea!
By proclamation of His Royal Majesty King George III, all banks are now closed except the Bank of England. The Currency Act, 1764.
The banks are closed? We can't even use our own money?
That's crazy. By proclamation of His Royal Majesty King George III, the colonies may only use paper made in England. The Stamp Act, 1765.
It's crazy.
Silence! By proclamation of His Royal Majesty, the colonies will feed and house British soldiers whenever needed. The Quartering Act, 1765.
What are British soldiers doing here anyway? The French and Indian War is done.
They're just here to harass us.
Yeah. Hey, soldier, we're not gonna pay for you to stay here. We don't even want you here. Hey, you!
Redcoat! Go home!
We don't want you here.
Don't pimp King, he'll bite.
Threatening us? Are you? Go home.
I'm warning you, stand down.
Hey, Redcoat, go home.
Get out of here.
Beat it.
British soldiers fired into the crowd. 5 people killed. A massacre in Boston. How tragic.
5 people were killed and they're calling it the Boston Massacre? Please! Fake news! Incident is more like it. I'll show them.
By proclamation of the King, the colonies will buy tea only from the British East India Company. The selling of American tea is now illegal. The Tea Act, 1773.
Now we can't sell our own tea.
And there are 3 ships in the Boston harbor filled with tea owned by the East India Company.
It looks like our only choice is to sell their tea and let ours rot in the warehouse.
Not a chance. Tonight, we're gonna sneak onto those boats and we're gonna dump all that tea into the harbor. We'll have a tea party.
Dear King George III, you are cordially invited
to join your Yankee cousins to have some tea.
I like tea.
You may have it how you wish.
Of course I can.
You're our special guest on Earth, but you'll have to drink it down there with the fish.
Yes.
By proclamation of the King, Boston Harbor is now closed. No one may be elected to any office, and England now directly governs Massachusetts. Your government is no more.
Say it like you mean it, for goodness sake.
Your government is no more.
With an exclamation point. All capitals.
Your government is no more!
The First Continental Congress is now convened to discuss the insanity of our dear King George. What are the grievances?
He taxes us, yet we are not represented in government.
Taxation without representation. He takes away our rights.
He hurts us and kills us. What are we going to do?
We will tell King George of our grievances and ask him to be fair. If he won't fix the situation, we'll meet again and take further action. These are dangerous times, gentlemen.
A message from the colonies.
Dear King George, we are disappointed. Boo-hoo, etc., etc. Why do you tax us? Don't build the wall. You should treat us fairly. Sincerely, the First Continental Congress, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Fair? Shoot them. Dear colonies, I am your sovereign king, and you have no right to tell me what to do. I answer.
To only God, you have no choice but to obey? We shall see about that. Gentlemen, we will resist and fight.
Joseph, what news? Bad news from here. The British are marching on the town of Concord and plan to destroy our weapons.
What? Are you sure?
Yes. We must get word to Concord immediately and alert the Minutemen to be ready to fight. I need you to ride to Concord and warn them. Will you do it?
Of course. Midnight ride. My horse is ready.
Good. Be careful. If there are spies everywhere, go quietly. And Godspeed.
Later that evening, Paul Revere set out on his horse for the town of Concord. The weapons were safeguarded and the Minutemen soldiers were alerted. The British Army arrived in Concord the morning of April 19th, 1775. 70 American soldiers faced 700 British. Then, do you hear that? That became known as the shot heard around the world. The first battle of the American Revolution was the Battle of Lexington and Concord. By the end of the day, a ragtag group of colonists had beaten the mighty British in the first battle of the American Revolution. Events now moved quickly.
The Second Continental Congress now appoints George Washington as general and agrees to the formation of an army. Mr. Washington, do you accept your post?
I accept the position. I am honored to serve.
Excellent.
We shall form our new nation based on the ideals of liberty, democracy, and equality.
Thomas Jefferson, we appoint you to write a statement explaining it all. A declaration of independence. England will fight. We are now at war. Gentlemen, go back to your colonies. Alert your men and raise your armies. Revolution is here. A new day for a new country. But first, the dark night of war.
It was May 1775, and the country was on its path to independence. Not quite. Jefferson, Washington, Franklin, they were all for independence, but the general public wasn't so sure. Then in January 1776, Thomas Paine wrote a small book called Common Sense. This small book turned the tide of public thinking to a storm of revolution.
Have you heard the latest?
Ben Franklin and Washington, all those bigwigs. They're pushing for revolution. What do you think of that?
I don't know. Is revolution really necessary? I mean, I don't mind being British. You?
No, I don't.
Well, you should mind. A lot. I say down with the king, down with the monarchy. I say revolution today.
Strong words. And who are you, stranger?
Thomas Paine, read my book.
Common sense.
Why should England always rule, making us bow and play the fool, making us suffer brutal domination, cold and cruel? Time to stand and take our place, equally in the human race. Glory is ours if we reach for it and embrace. A monarch is a relic of a savage distant past, a ball and chain to keep our spirits that are downward cast, a straggling tentacle holding us strong and fast. Why should England always rule, making us bow and play the fool, making us suffer brutal domination, cold and cruel? Time to stand and take our place, equally in the human race. Glory is ours if we reach for it and embrace. The King of England, George III, it seems he doesn't care that tyranny, oppression are too much for us to bear. The nightmare is over, it's time to wake up and declare. Why should England always rule, making us bow and play the fool, making us suffer brutal domination, cold and cruel? Time to stand and take our place, equally in the human race. Glory is ours if we reach for it and embrace.
The Battle of Bunker Hill.
When in the course of human events becomes necessary.
The Battle of Trenton.
The only answer is revolution. Down with the king, up with the republic.
Republic! The Battle of Princeton.
Jefferson, do you have the Declaration yet?
Soon. When it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve political bands.
Jefferson, you done yet? They're marching on Philadelphia.
Hurry, they're almost here. We need the Declaration of Independence.
We pledge our lives, unfortunate, and our sacred art. Done. It's done.
Sign it, everyone!
Time to stand and take our place, equally in the human race. Glory is ours. We reach for it and embrace.
On this day, July 4th, 1776, a new nation is born. We are now the United States of America.
When tyrants threaten you, harass and bully you, and tax you more and more each year, we're telling you it's time to say goodbye and cut the final tie. With England for our freedom, we would die. Conceived in liberty, for all posterity, we hold these truths to be self-evident, you see. All people equally, free from
Thank you very much for coming this evening, and wish us good luck as we launch on our world tour of Outer East Poland.